Hey everybody, I'm Allie and welcome to my Y&R chat vlog for Sunday, October 3rd. Happy October! So we've had a little bit of a break from Adam over the past several weeks, but now we are back in full force with this storyline and it's heating up, I think. I have to admit, there is something about the connection between Sharon and Adam that appeals to me. It's so wrong and it's so naughty, you know, that I want it. That's what makes me want it. Adam confided in Sharon this week that he's married to a woman that he can't stand and in love with a woman that he can't have. And that is juicy. Like, therein lies, you know, a great base for a storyline, and I'm really enjoying it. It's just so juicy. And Sharon is lapping this whole thing up like milk, and I'm right there along with her. I cannot deny it. It's like she knows that she's on the path to this wonderful reunion with Nick, but at the same time, she still has these loose ends with Adam, who is someone she trusted enough to marry and who betrayed her. At the same time, she still has all of these loose ends and loose feelings that are begging to be tied up, you know? I love seeing Nick and Sharon together. They were at the house this week with their little family and Faith's first birthday party. And when I see Nick and Sharon together again at the restaurant together, or at the party, or, you know, having burgers in their little dining room, it feels right, you know? Sharon and Nick together again feels right to me. But there's just something in Adam's eyes when he looks at Sharon, and there's something in her eyes when she looks at him that's just too forbidden to resist. So Jack and Phyllis are also partaking of the forbidden fruit. But before I get into that, Jack's left eye, if you're looking at the screen, it's on his right side, but it's his left eye. It seems like once a year, Peter Bergman gets this eye infection and it makes his eye all red and glassy and weird looking. Poor guy. Does anybody else notice Jack's weird eye? And if so, do you know what it is? Leave me a comment and let me know if we can get to the bottom of this important Y&R news. So Phyllis was all hyped up this week about her new Restless Style job, and the article that she wrote bashing Adam and turning Sky's story into a horrible bashing of her. So Phyllis is so excited that she invites Jack over to her house for champagne. She invited him to her house for champagne. And then she was getting all giggly and flirty with him. And then just as things started to heat up, she turned him down, flat, cold. What a tease. Phyllis is a tease. She totally led him on. Poor Jack. He practically had his tongue hanging out of his mouth, and he looked like he was ready to hump her leg in a few moments, and she turned him down. Really, he you know, it's like last week we went from the, you know, we love each other so much that we should just be friends, to now it's like, oh, let's get it on. So, in this moment, Jack realizes that, you know, he should go. You know, Phyllis is leading him on, but he realizes if I'm not gonna get any, I better get out of here. So he faked us out. He left Phyllis's apartment for a little while, and then he came back, to my extreme joy. He's standing there in Phyllis's doorway. This time he's looking like a hungry, lost puppy dog. And then out of the blue, wham! He just bursts into the door, kisses her, slams the door shut behind him, and practically rips her dress off of her body. They're making out all passionately, and then they travel up the stairs, and then they like do it right there on the stairs. Yeah! Okay, so last week I forgot to mention my main point about the new Noah that I wanted to make. He looks a little bit too much like Daniel. You know, the guy seems really nice. I'm sure that the actor is really cool and that he'll do an amazing job, but I'm kind of disappointed that they're taking him in what seems to be a rebel, artsy, indie direction in his leather jacket. That's what we have Daniel for. That's what the point of that character. I mean, I want Noah to be kind of an all-American boy. I want him to be into sports and stuff. Not that I'm even into sports at all. I mean, I don't even go for that type of guy. But I feel like that's kind of what Nick's son should look like. And I'm just a little disappointed at, the direction that they seem to be pushing that character. I don't know. I kind of think that we have a lot of guys that fit that sort of indie prototype, and I love them, of course, but I feel like we should have at least one guy on the show that's kind of, a guy's guy, to represent that generation. I don't know, don't you think? We finally got a short but sweet scene with Michael and Chris this week. Finally! I really appreciate that Y&R took the time to have that little convo with Michael and Chris. I was hurt, and I noticed right away when Chris was kind of blowing Michael off, and I'm wondering why. Why is she doing that? And I'm glad that Michael had a chance to confront her about that. And I'm glad also that she had a chance to explain it, that she felt that Michael knew her so well that she wouldn't be able to hide her secret from him, although I don't know how exactly she would have been able to not hide it from Michael, but hide it from Nina, who I think she's closer with, but whatever. I wish it could have been a longer reunion, and I wish they could have had more interaction while she was in town, but I'll take what I could get. I really enjoyed that. It wouldn't have been right to see Chris leave Genoa City without some interaction with her former partner and friend. Back in the days, what was it, Baldwin and Williams and Associates, probably. I miss those days. And more importantly, before Chris left Genoa City, her last act was to reunite Paul and Nina, which made me very happy. I really hope it worked. I hope that those two are able to now find their way back together because they need each other. Now Paul's former partner, JT, is gonna be working on the force. I was really happy to see that job change for JT. I love it. It'll finally give him something to do where he can be more active within the community and stop boring me into tears. And JT will now be working with Nina's newfound son to clean up the Genoa City PD. So that's another reason to bring Nina and Paul back together. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm ready to rip into Victoria and Abby, but I think it's going to take me longer than the amount of space that I have left on this video upload, so I'm going to call this video part 1 of my vlog series for today, and I'm going to post a follow-up, and I'm going to talk about everything else that's going on in Genoa City this week, but please leave me a comment on anything we've talked about so far, and I will see you in the next video. Okay. Bye.